got garlic hanging everywhere, so it was a lot simpler to do. Let me just wheel that around that way. Lots of garlic, I tell you. I have not saved any of these little bubblets. I don't know if there's going to be that many or not. But if they are, we'll throw them right there in that basket. You know, those little bubblets, I'll just save them. And I'm not going to sit here all day and take that wrapper off, even though it's the best thing to do. I'm going to try to see if I can't cut that garlic, then pull these bubblets off. I'll pull all the little starts off, and then I'm gonna wring that off if I can. Nope, see there, it wrung the whole. It wrung the whole core out of the garlic. This stuff's pretty dry. It's cured well. Now all this garlic that I've got right here is the garlic that I've got, and I've got probably, oh goodness, a gallon. Probably a gallon in the house. I'll cut me off several of these, and that way we won't have to be in a repetitive state of mind here all day. I'll do them all. Yeah. Maybe one more here. Cut the roots off. They're this full of dirt. They're this full of dirt. And the outside kind of a little bit moldy where it's been out in this humidity and stuff since June or whenever I pulled them. Lots of garlic. I should have saved all these little bubblets. So I'll just do what I can do, or what I think needs to be done. Some of them may need to be skinned plumb out. Some of them be all right. Just to leave whole like that. Hello, killer. What you doing, bud? Come over here. Toby, what are you doing? I knowed you'd cry till they let you out. Come here. Come up. Lay your head down. Lay your head down. Here, lay your head down. Did they just give you a bath and then turn right around and let you out? Go get Grandma. I should plan all this practically, because I think people might want to buy it. But I thought wrong before. I've got to the point that me and my wife don't use that much stuff, and I've still got a habit of growing a lot of stuff. I enjoy it. It's a pleasure to grow stuff. So maybe I could grow it and just sell it. These little bubblets grows right on the roots. And then these dirty papers outside, you can brush them off. When you pull that off, when you pull this up, when you pull that, the best you can do, you're going to leave some of them behind. It assures the ability to reproduce. It will reproduce. See, that's cutting too. Now, this right here is a good example of when you cut garlic and you think, well, I've cut it, I've ruined it. This is one, yeah, that's one solid round thing. It didn't produce cloves. So you can see, I mean, where it's healed over. It's healed over. And I mean, that was just cut half in two. I'm going to shave part of that off right there and show you. Let's take that off. Let's go ahead and skin this one out. That's the whole clove now. It has no skin on it whatsoever there. Now look here how dark, and that's hard. It's like hard as that table. So, and you'd think, well, that'll go deep. So watch this. If you take that and just shave that off, look at that. So there you go. 1/8 of an inch maybe. And that healed over. It's cut just like that. There's not a thing wrong with that. Let's see, it looks like it's split open right there in the center. Let's kind of see if there's anything in there. See if anything's down in there that would affect anything. No. 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 It smells like garlic, looks like garlic, is garlic. You could cook with it like garlic or whatever, you know. That's a fact. By now, everyone has got to be sick of garlic. I'm not sick of garlic. I like it. Now you don't have to take them nippers and cut that off. You can just grab those roots real tight and twist, and they'll come right off. Now, you know, if you'd done this when these was fresh, laid these out, these skins would have been snow white. You don't have to be too particular here. And not showing anyone how to do this. Just filming it. Somebody might want to watch it. It's not high tech, high definition. I guess it might be. Hopefully it's high definition. But I'm not making videos here trying to show people how to do this stuff. I'm just videoing me doing it. Somebody might pick up something along the way. Maybe. It might come in handy one of these days for people. A lot of times it's easier to comprehend when you actually see someone doing it, instead of someone sitting with a backdrop behind them. Watch out now. Someone sitting with a pretty backdrop behind them, like "Don't Tread on Me" or American flag or rebel flag or talking about if something was to happen, what they would do or how to do it, how they're going to do it. Got a little advice for you. Keep your flags up. Be proud of them. And practice. 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 Just practice what you're preaching. You talk about growing this and growing that. Do you know you can? Have you tried? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And go away. Yeah, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That way when you drop the basket, you won't have all your eggs in it, will you? Hopefully you won't drop the basket. Practice. You'll be a lot less apt to drop it. I ain't no teacher. I am no teacher. I'm just a shower hower. A shower hower. Shower hower, I do it. I mean, this is just garlic. It's just one thing in the garden. Garlic goes pretty good with potatoes and just about anything else you want to use, you know. If you like garlic. Evidently, somebody likes garlic. A lot of garlic raised and sold. And I've got this to tell people that this stuff is easy to grow. It just takes a while to get from point A to point B with it. It does. It just takes a little while, a week or two, month or two. Sometimes a year or two. Remove the bubblets. Twist, twist. Don't pull, twist. And then just rub that off. Good as you want it. You can take them plumb out of there if you want to. Bored yet? I don't know who I'm talking to. They're already gone. It kind of amazes me that people's impatient today. Literally impatient. Demand immediate satisfaction. Immediate. Like we're talking seconds. You make a video, spend all day. I do it regardless. You spend all the time and effort making a video, which that's just me. I enjoy doing it. If I didn't, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't. And then you try to tweak the volume and get everything in balance. And everything it goes through, you have to go through with editing, which is, I enjoy that too. And then you upload it, and you can look at your analytics. It'll start out up here. Shoo! Straight down it'll go. Not always. There's a few that hangs in there and watches. I feel sorry for them sometimes. But I'm not a professional. I just can't, I can't sit here and do something and talk at the same time. Get, what do they call it, a one-track mind? Do better when I'm doing nothing else but focus directly on what I'm doing. Then I can play cards with the best of them. But I suppose if you're looking for actors, you might try Van Nuys Boulevard. You come more out finding them there than you will here. This is just real stuff that I do. I'll just do what I like to do. Some people come along. Some gripe, some whine, some growl. And some actually might see something. It's, can you believe a mosquito goes all the way to the bottom, crawls up your pant leg and bites you through your sock? That's because I've sprayed down with bug repellent before I come out here. They'll keep searching till they find a place. No, it just is amazing. It's not, can't point a finger, not any one individual hardly. Because it seems like the whole world, including myself sometimes. If I get something on my mind, I wanna get her done. And preferably I'd rather had it done yesterday, but if we can't rise above that, we're gonna be in a world of mess or hurt. Be patient. Try to be with everything you do. I'm good and be giving that advice. Sometimes I'm very impatient. There's one thing about this, as far as cleaning this garlic for this year. It is almost over. The whole complete, all but eating it. And I might, just like I said, I don't know if I will or not. I don't know if I'll plant another row or not. I've got space for it over there in the very exact same place, but that don't mean I have to plant it there. I meant to order me some garlic, and I should do that. Music garlic, what I like to have. But I ain't got none, and I really don't have to have none. See how dark that is, dirt, moldy looking? I don't like it. I don't like that on there. It's coming off. I'm taking it off. Most of it anyway. Won't hurt a thing. Yeah, you can take that knife, see, and unless you got good sharp toenails. Some people can probably use their fingers instead of their toes. I'm shooting this video a little bit different than I usually do. I'm trying something. And I've noticed that when I upload my videos, for some reason, what is it, VP9 or something, the Kodak VP9, there's an ACV or AVC, I can't even remember the name of it, Kodak. I don't understand what distinguishes. I know if you're shooting 4K and stuff like that, you'll get that VP9, or I think that's what it is. I just call it number 9. And so some I see, and I've had a few myself, you're shooting 1080p. You're shooting 1080p, and it'll pick it up. YouTube will, and put it on that Kodak. It's clearer. It looks better. And I think they reserve that for the sites that's got lots of subscribers. And there's ways that you could, it seems like that you can make it, pick it up, VP9. And I think I've read that, and I don't know if there's anything to it or not, that's why I'm doing this. I'm shooting this in 60 frames per second. So when I upload this, the 9 Kodak should pick this up. Should export it in whatever it is, VP9 or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. Because when you're shooting 4K, it's all. I like shooting 4K. You'd probably be better off in the long run if you did. For the future. Because one of these days it's apt to drop the 1080p. YouTube and places like that is. Everybody, where's that go? You know, something like a 8-track tape to a cassette to a CD to a MP3 player. 8-track to a, I'm talking about little. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that they can put so much information on something so small. But they do. Getting back to what we was talking about the Kodaks. If I shoot this in 60 frames per second, then I think that it'll pick that up. We'll see. Now that's the way it was supposedly a year or so ago. Now here's another single that didn't break into a clove. We put them in there, and I usually eat them. That's the first things I eat. You can plant them back. But now, if people out there are having trouble planting their garlic, if they plant their garlic, I'll give you an example. There's several of them in here. I'll get a little one and a big one and show you here something. 3, let me clean this up a little. All elephant garlic here. So, if you have trouble, pay attention to what I'm telling you. One of these days, if you try to grow garlic, you might run across this problem, especially in certain climates, especially down south. This is a elephant garlic, a young one. Probably started out with one of these a couple years ago. Take a couple years to get that big, maybe. Anyway, that garlic's plenty big enough. I mean, it's big as a clove there. If you plant this, and then next year when you dig that up, you plant that, and then you dig that up next year, and that's what you get, this, instead of this. It could have something to do with the amount of cold. A lot of people put these in the refrigerator. I don't know what they call it. I don't know if it's stratification or it has to go through chill hours before, a lot of times before it'll sprout. Now that's what I've read a lot. And I don't know, but now I had some to do that. A lot of times if you plant this and you have a mild winter and that ground don't freeze and get cold, this will just grow into a bigger one. If I plant this and get this in a year, instead of getting this in a year, if I plant this right here and get this when I should have got this, same amount of time, 300% increase over this. Just that simple. So you lose a lot because when you plant back, you just gonna have that one that's bigger, and this other one you've got 4 or 5 plants to one. So anyway, I feel foolish talking about stuff like that because it's most people probably already know that, but some don't. That's who I'm talking to. The ones that don't and the ones that do. See, now I twisted that and brung the core out. See, the whole core of the heart come out. When that happens, it's coming apart. It's gonna fall apart, man. See, now that one had 5 in it. Of course, they all won't be the same size, but you'll mostly always come out with one of these elephant garlic, one bigger than a normal head of garlic. I've twisted that. No, it stayed together. You heard it crack, though, didn't you? Let's get that off. Get it off. Now these little roundings, I just throw over there because they'll not go back in the ground. I don't think. You could plant them, and if it gets cold enough, of course that's all of them. I mean, even though those are round and they didn't split and make cloves last year, you think, well, I've got a clove here and a round one. I've got a clove here, a clove, and this one's one that didn't make cloves. It just stayed single. Well, they're both single now, the clove and this. So this right here could very easily do that if it don't get the right amount of cold temperatures. I think. I ain't 100% sure, but about 90. Sometimes I wonder if we can be sure about anything, really. How this go, you know, but one year, you do something one year and it'd be completely different. This tree, I've said it again, last year was loaded with chestnuts. And this year, there wasn't 2 dozen on it. That's a good lesson. You know, it's like they say, a bird in the hand's worth 2 in a bush. Wow, that really produced good. You bettered utilize it. Next year it might not. Everything don't bear heavy every year. Most everything doesn't. Some year you'll have more walnuts on the trees out here in the wild than other years. Now this year there was several walnuts, but they were little. And when there's a few, they're big. But when they get loaded, just like any tree, apple tree, anything. You know, get a peach tree, you get a tree that it's just loaded. You better start cutting some blooms and some little fruit off of it. Unless you want peaches aside. It's according to what you want, yeah. Always. It's always according to what you want. If you want, you leave 30 peaches growing on one limb, and if you pull all of them off but 3 or 4, see? 30 on a limb, 4 on a limb. Yes, sir. That's just like this persimmon tree over here. I've harped and grown about it for the last 3 or 4 years. When it started to bear, when it started bearing, oh man, it'd be loaded with blooms and loaded with little persimmons, and they'd get upside of a dime. Some of them a nickel, and then they'd fall off. They'd fall off. OFFT, oft. But the ones that hang on are usually pretty good size. Well, there's another single. Been skinned very little, it's fine. Baby garlic here. That's a baby one. But it's got cloves in it. It's about over here, people. 5 or 6 more. And then I won't get to do this no more for a whole season. This time next year. If I'm alive. Hopefully I can. It's not my saying whether I will or not. No, sir. You never know. You never know. So, when you're doing this, and that's the same thing with the Egyptian walking onions. Lord God, if I'd have saved all the Egyptian walking onion little bubblets or top shoots or whatever you call them, top sprouts, top starts, I'd have had 50,000 of them. And looking back, I should have saved them. Definitely, I will probably try to from now on, offer them to people. I never thought when I was doing that, I was just in a hurry to get it all done. I don't need them. I don't need that many. So this is the last one that I know of, right here. Now let's finish getting this up and get these little pieces and the bubblets, bubbles and bubbles or bubblets, I think is what they call them. I don't know. I'll call them elephant garlic starts. Yep. So that's got that. All right. Now here's what we wound up with. You can see, got these bubblets pulled off, and these 100 in there, I'd say. So, yeah, I would assume there's easily 100 or more. Starts. Got this, and this is, Lord have mercy, 20 or 30 pounds of garlic, and there's some whole heads. Eat these first, start on these, and there's easily enough in there to plant another row, but I don't think it's what I'm going to do. I really don't know. Garlic, and more garlic. Let me see if I can't find a place to put this where the cats won't tear it up. I'll set these right here. I think they'll be all right there tonight. How about that a while? Yeah. I could sit here and rattle for hours and hours and hours and drag this out, but I'm not going to. So anyway, that's the end of the garlic this year. All the garlic that was hung up, 3 rows that I had, has been hung up, cured, partially cleaned. 3 rows planted back. Still debating on whether I should plant 1 more row or not. And I honestly don't know yet, but I really should. I've probably got enough in the house to last us all winter. You can plant garlic. I like to plant it now, you know, around the 1st of October. And it gives it time to get them roots and get established. But my garlic will come up. It'll come up. It won't hurt nothing. It'll come up, be green. It'll sit there all winter. Now, it could get cold and just kill it down. Don't worry about it. It'll come right back, I'll assure you. Of course, it got down, my goodness. Chill factor, 20, 25 below for, you know, a few nights. But anything sticking up out of the ground, like the garlic, that tile, it'll layer back down. But you know, a lot of times I believe it, because you never go back. I don't go out there and, well, you know, that's all dead, and then here comes some more shoots. Those shoots, they get yellow, look like they're dead, and I believe that I need to pay more attention to that to see if they rejuvenate. I'm going to go in. That'll be it for this year's garlic storage harvest. Completely over. Only thing now is, just like I say, left to eat and possibly plant another row. Who knows? But other than that, the next time you see garlic, probably, if I don't make a video planting 1 more row, if I plant that row, will be when it comes up out of the ground. Then I'll show you. That's it today. That's it. Zip.